There is so much happening on the internet that creating a separate episode for each insane thing, each crazy video I see, would be simply impossible. So days like today have to happen where I react to some progressive LGBTQ related TikToks that make me want to set up a camp on a different planet sometimes. And because I have to suffer through them, you have to suffer through them with me. No mercy. So let's do it. Let's roll the first clip.
I want to try to define my gender, but it's really hard in 60 seconds.
It's not that difficult.
So I'm going to talk really fast. I'm gender fluid, and here's how that works for me.
Ah, boy, here we go.
Most of the time, I'm one of two, modes or mindsets.
You sound crazy.
Most of the time, I am this weird amalgamation of, genders and vibes and essence and just being.
That makes no sense.
That I literally cannot define. I don't know. You're just going to have to take my word for it.
I don't think so.
It's like the universe. It's ever-flowing. There's, sparkles.
Sparkles.
And it's just it changes over time and it moves through each other and it's never one thing.
No, you're just making up words.
Other majority of the time I'm just a void. There's nothing there.
You don't say.
But then every once in a while, and I don't know where it comes from, but I'll just be thrust back into a binary. I'll just be sitting there chilling, enjoying my life, and then all of a sudden I'm a man?
Incorrect.
Or a woman? Since when?
Since always.
So I think this person literally describes everyone on the planet. Because, surprise, surprise, not everyone is thinking about their gender 24/7. There is real life that's happening, problems that need to be solved, events that need to be attended to, minding your kids, going to the bank, going to work, shopping, planning, holidays. See how all that doesn't involve thinking about your own gender? But I think the non-binary magical people think that this is actually the void, where suddenly they are being binary. A man or a woman sometimes not being able to identify that correctly. Every other time they are analyzing, forcing themselves to think they are neither. It takes some mental gymnastics. That's why being thrusted back into binary void feels so effortless. Because it's natural. You are a woman, hun. Despite what you are trying to accomplish with your green short hair, you are a woman. And believe me, life is so much less complicated when you stop trying to get attention from the pride community. It's much easier because it's your true self, female. You don't have to be non-binary to be liked, to have friends, to belong somewhere, to be accepted. Ask them, what do you pee out of? And watch them have a meltdown. And this one, how many crazies were there before TikTok and Insta normalized it? Damn, I don't know. I think it's time to do some serious scientific research on the effects of hair dye. On the effects of hair dye, that's what she meant. Specifically primary colors. Who would not be shocked if she said she was a teacher in the public school system? Nobody would be shocked at all. Let's go to the next clip.
LA City Council members Hugo Soto Martinez and Nithya Raman were on hand today to help remove the signs. They say the no cruising and no U-turn signs were put up in the 1990s to prevent people in the gay community from meeting up with other gay people.
I was also surprised that these U-turn signs were still up. And at first, they seem a little, okay, it's just a no U-turn sign. But when you learn the history of it and you realize that these were used to profile gay people, it's so important that we have these removed.
The LA City Council members say the signs were put up after the gay community began to grow and because there was a gay bar in that area.
The End Wokeness tweet says, breaking. LA City Council members have removed no U-turn traffic signs in a gay neighborhood. They say the signs were homophobic. It's not a satire. I had to check it out. And the New York Times wrote, a relic of Los Angeles' anti-LGBTQ past comes down. The strange no U-turn signs along Griffith Park Boulevard in Silver Lake were erected in the 1990s to ward off gay men. And we have a nice picture of them taking off the sign. It's real. It's real. And the article says, the no U-turn signs were posted in 1997 in response to residents' complaints that the boulevard had become a hotspot for gay men looking for sex partners. There were 9 of the signs on Griffith Park Boulevard, as well as no cruising signs on nearby Hyperion Avenue. The signs soon prompted complaints about discriminatory and homophobic police crackdowns in the area. Some gay men accused undercover vice officers of entrapment. So they were put up there to prevent prostitution in a nice neighborhood. If it was a spot for straight female prostitutes to meet and have clients pick them up from, would we consider the signs to be discriminatory or just simply a solution to a problem? Why when you slap LGBTQ on something, suddenly that thing becomes okay? Promiscuity is bad unless it's a gay man being promiscuous. Then you go, Queen. Dancing, wearing only thong in front of children and taking money from them is wrong unless it's a drag queen doing it. Prostitution, not okay unless it's members of LGBTQ community selling their bodies. They are just being empowered. Can we stop with this crap? This story about the sign must be the most idiotic thing I have ever heard. And if you watch my videos, you know we've been through some mega idiotic clips. Someone said, oh, for fuck's sake. The signs were not put up to prevent gay people from meeting one another. They were put up to prevent cruising for prostitutes, which was bringing crime and lewd acts into the neighborhood. There you go. Wait, let me just make sure I understand. The left finds U-turn signs offensive. So, does that mean they want everyone to just go straight? Okay, I think I'm following now. Can taxes be the next homophobic thing to get cancelled, pretty please? Taxes are offensive to LGBTQ community. Remove taxes. I'm sure there is some clever pun or a joke right here. I just can't think of one. Help me out in the comments. But here is another ridiculous clip.
Tell me why I just got misgendered at the pharmacy getting my testosterone needles.
Because you're a woman.
I literally introduced myself saying that I'm a trans man on hormone replacement therapy. Tell me why this woman yells across the room, she needs needles so she can inject her medicine. Who is she?
You are.
You cannot tell me for a second that this is the voice of a woman.
What if I did?
I mean, I have facial hair, my voice is deep, and I know sometimes people just make mistakes or just insanely ignorant, but no. This was intentional, and I'm annoyed, and oh my god. Nothing about this says woman. We're on the same page here.
Who's we?
So this is what's wrong with the transition thing. Doctors and media tell these individuals that hormones and surgery will turn them into the opposite sex. And it never happens. The success rate is 0. Google it. The sex change therapy, whether it's just hormones or surgery, probably when you Google it, you'll get results like 96% of people are satisfied after surgery. No direct statistics as to how successful the transition actually is. Success, of course, being measured by sex change, woman becoming 100% man, and vice versa. The success rate is 0 because it is impossible. And the green-haired woman in the video saying her voice is deep and she has facial hair, her voice is not deep. She sounds like a chipmunk. And a lot of women have facial hair. It's just the truth. So that's not an argument. The only person misgendering her is herself. By the way, why is it always people with green hair? Anyway. I'm a 57-year-old woman. Honey, you were gonna get facial hair eventually anyway. And this one, dude be PMSing. Facial hair, man's voice. Did we watch the same video? That's what I'm saying. The Lulu. Anyway, let's watch the next one.
I'll make it a little bit clearer for you. Ellie Jones, who has recently transitioned.
Oh yes, she's the boy, isn't she? Am I correct? I get so confused.
No, Mr. Riley, you're not correct. And this is the whole purpose of my phone call today, which is that this misgendering and misnaming and downright ignorance, to be honest, has to stop.
You can't go around just saying, oh, I want you to call me this, I want you to call me that. Why should any of us have to bow down to you? I don't understand.
Oh my God. It's 2024. She's not a boy anymore. She's a girl. And her name is Ellie. When are you going to acknowledge that?
You can't just say these things. I want everybody to start calling me helicopter. You can't do that.
Oh my God.
Do that.
So, are you basically saying to me that you refuse to acknowledge she's now transgender, she has transitioned?
Transgender? I mean, come on. The girl's what, 14, 15?
Yes, exactly, and she's an incredibly brave young girl, and this needs to be acknowledged.
You're making a huge mistake. It's probably
A huge mistake? Are you for real?
He's just a little confused. It's a phase. It's a phase. It'll get over.
It's a girl. She's a girl.
What happens when he wants to go back, but you've already done too much? You know, this is a Catholic school, don't you? You know, we don't really condone this kind of, I don't even know what to call it, lunacy. We don't condone this kind of lunacy.
Okay, stop right there. I'm going to launch an official complaint against you with the head teacher, with the school, and with the entire educational board, because I cannot believe that someone like you is even allowed to teach today's youth.
I've got a lot of paperwork here, you know. I got a lot of stuff I could be getting on with instead of having this ridiculous conversation with a woman who's deluded her son so much that he now thinks he's a girl.
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful. This is a real teacher. Not the blue-haired, rainbow-promoting idiots in classes who keep talking to kids about their sexuality. This guy right here is the real one. He has no time for this BS. This woman's son decided to be a girl. The teacher refuses to treat him or refer to him as a girl, and the mother is losing her mind over this. Guess who is doing the better parenting in here? Wanna bet this mom was always dreaming about having a girl, so when her son came to her, "Mom, I wanna wear dresses from now on," she immediately jumped at the opportunity. So now the son will be terrified to back down because it makes mom so happy to dress him like a little doll he is. Here are some of the comments. We need more teachers like Mr. Riley. I agree. I'm glad there are teachers like Mr. Riley who still have common sense. Well said, Mr. Riley. If more people stood their ground, we wouldn't have half the issues we have. Well, the comments didn't disappoint. I'm glad people are waking up from this nonsense. However, it is super scary that there are parents like this woman. Help your child stay firm in reality. Don't let them get more and more confused. I don't know about you, but I've had enough of this madness for today. It's the end. Let me know what you thought of today's clips and if you'd like me to do more reaction videos like that in the future. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications to never miss another Daily Freddo episode, and for even more content, follow me on Instagram @dailyfreddo. That's all for today. Have a good one.